Hi, it's Peter. We want to welcome Daryl Deemer. Was the first in yesterday. I set this up yesterday, and Daryl was in. Chewy, Mr. B's Fishing Things, Turbo Fish. Yeah, so it's a good group. How y'all doing? I'm working on the whole moving thing. Kind of exciting, fun. Kind of funny, fun stuff all the way around. I have to do so I buy the house 2 weeks. I guess it's 2 weeks from Monday. Yeah, 2 weeks from Monday. So I have to, just begin to get stuff organized. Griffin Fish Room, welcome, welcome. I'm going to do perhaps my last water change on these aquariums here. I got to get that done today. I have, let's see what else is going on. I sold some fish on eBay. There's a bid in, so maybe there'll be a little more money involved. So I'll wait it out. That wraps up tomorrow. And hey, thanks, Chewy. Like 5 hours ago, I appreciate my crew. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day. You know what I did for Valentine's Day since I am freshly divorced? I don't have a gal yet. I need to find a gal. I had a date a couple of weeks ago. It's nice, but she was a very nice lady, not my type. But I don't have a gal, so I need to get a gal. I'm in the process here of organizing stuff, getting things ready to go for the move. Yesterday, Bolo had a shot, so he is absolutely that distemper shot, knocks him out. Yesterday, I got home, he was pretty active, and he let me sleep in this morning. And then I promptly, took him for a walk. They climbed in my lap and went from there. When I went to run errands, I had to go to Sam's Club. In Joplin, Missouri, we don't have a wide variety of choices. I would not choose Sam's Club, just to be open and honest with you, my friends. I would choose something perhaps like Costco or Berkeley and Jensen's, BJ's Wholesale Club. That's what I would end up doing. But Sam's is okay. So I picked up a few things, and so I'm all set up there. Yes, I enjoyed Jewels of the Rift, Chewy. Thanks for sending that. I really enjoyed that a lot. And the whole deal about. By the way, speaking of African cichlids, I've kept them before, and I probably will do it again. That's what I may do with the 55 I have now, and get a, it's get that all set up and do some African cichlids. That I think that's where I'll go. So yeah, so Tampa Tom started saying, "Are you in this for breeding fish for profit?" No, I'm selling fish because I have too doggone many, and I don't consider myself. If I can pay for the hobby, that's all good all the way around. I appreciate that. Yeah. Julia Chromis, yep. And the one that I kept before, I really like them, and I probably would do them again, is the Julie Chromis. Is it Marlarly? Is that how it's pronounced? I always get that wrong. I kept those before. I thought they were fantastic, lots of fun. And yeah, well, I keep guppies. So my 55, I have at least 20 male guppies in there. So the person's buying 20. Somebody off eBay has put a bid in to buy 20 male guppies. I'll probably send them a few fry just because, or her. I don't know. It's like a day is left on the auction. I have to get the box ready so I can ship it out. Come home from work on Monday. Box them up real quick and then send them off to their new location. And I'll probably send them a couple of extras. I have decided one thing though. There's a male in that tank that I really really like, and I'm going to swap him with one of the breeder males that I have had in with females for the last about 2-3 months. He already has drops from him. I'm just not necessarily seeing it. And well, yeah, I'll tell you what, Chewy, they're gorgeous fish. They really are, and their behavior is really neat. So I have to set up enough rock and all that sort of stuff because that's sort of what they like. And I'll do that in the 55. I think that's what I'll do there. And I'm pretty excited about it. Like the idea of seeing those fry. Really, really cool to see. Part of me wants to go with just because it's sort of part of me wants to go out and set up a second big colony of shrimp. I'm going to start doing that in 10s, and I'm going to start grow out 20s. I've decided, and I'll put shrimp in those, and so I can do a couple of different varieties of shrimp. And yeah, my whole plant thing, by the way, unless it's guppy grass or hornwort, well, I guess I'm doing okay with baby tears. It's just I've got to move these baby tears around with it. Essentially, I was over at Petco yesterday, or not Petco, PetSmart, and they have like a 75-gallon deal set up on sale for $199. So I I have to find out when that sale ends and see if they'll hold it for me for a couple of days. Because if it ends on the 29th, I close on the house on the 2nd, and I could pick it up that day and get it over to the house. My whole process is just getting everything rolling in. I've got to make the calls this week. By the way, I hate moving. And because of my employment, my career choice, I've moved a little bit in my life. So let me tell you where I've lived and go through the list. And I've decided that I'm not moving from here. It's somebody's gonna have to come in with a lot of money and a guaranteed contract for me to leave here. I've just decided I'm done with moving. I'm buying this house. That's it. Not nothing else. Okay. So here's the deal. I am gonna get I'm gonna go out and get oh, I just lost my train of thought. Hold on here a second. Yeah, so here's where I've lived. I grew up in Minneapolis. I lived in Sacramento. Moved back to Minneapolis. Moved to Huntsville, Alabama. Moved to Greenville, South Carolina, San Francisco, California. Followed by New York City. Followed by San Antonio. Followed by Little Rock. And now Joplin. So I've lived coast to coast. The only area of the country I have not lived in is I have not lived in the Southwest. Unless you call San Antonio, Texas, the Southwest. I really don't think it's like Arizona, New Mexico, that type of thing. So, yeah, so I've lived, well, I'm doing okay with, actually, I'm doing okay with, with some of it. Cody-san, how are you with the, with the hornwort, the guppy grass, and the, and the baby tears? In my Amica Splendens tank in pots, and I used Eco-Complete. No, I didn't. I used CChem. Excuse me. I wish we would have used Eco-Complete. I set up some plants and pots. It didn't work out all that well. So it may have more to do with me and all that wacky stuff. So there you go. Sand Creek Aquatics, welcome to the live stream. Select Pet, there you are. Let me get my delicious Diet Dr. Pepper. I swear to you, you get your hair cut back like I did. It seems like I have more hair than I did before. I think what I'm going to do next time, by the way, is just because I see the kids with it. And hey, Daryl, you know what? You're like the Black Molly King. Um, do you know what the Mollies I really like? And if you've not checked out his website, check out Greg Sage's website, selectaquatics.com. It's Corey at Aquarium Co-op has a video, a tour of Greg Sage's fish room. Pretty fascinating, and he has these huge monster sailfin, wild sailfin mollies that I think are pretty doggone neat. Yeah, you know what? I love me some Diet Dr. Pepper. I used to not like it. I've gone back and forth, and and I've gone back and forth on you know on my diet beverages. I loved when I used to drink sugared beverages. Um, when carbs didn't mean anything. I used to drink either regular Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew hits my stomach bad. It's so I can't do that. So I go through either drinking Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, or Diet Dr. Pepper. And hey, Doug Gray. Yes, I am Dave Grohl. Sort of. Not nearly enough money, not enough hair. Hopefully is funny, because Dave Grohl is very, very funny. Dave Grohl, if you don't know who he is, everybody, he's the lead singer of a little rock and roll band called the Foo Fighters. And he used to be the drummer in Nirvana. And he seems to be a lot of fun. So yeah, so I've got to call the cable company this week or the internet because I now get Hulu. At least for right now, I don't know if I love it or hate it. And carbs are imaginary. Yeah, it's trust me, today I've had my daily fill of carbs. I bought the little thing of make at home biscuits this morning. I did that with some vegan sausage and a couple of eggs. Had that for breakfast with a couple of nice big cups. Yesterday I got paid and I ran out of coffee on Wednesday. So Thursday I didn't have any coffee in the house, which is terrible. And so Friday morning on the way to work, I went to Waffle House, everybody, and had myself a cheat meal. Then I decided last night for dinner. Yep, Queens of the Stone Age drummer. You're right, Chewy. I went on the way home, and I hope you appreciate this. As I get home, it's Valentine's night, and I really didn't feel like cooking. I had stuff in the house to cook. So I did DoorDash and I did a burrito for one. Burrito for one, everybody. Should have done Grubhub and gotten I my problem is with Chipotle? It's kind of an arrogant outfit. We locally source our food. No, you don't. You're not locally sourcing avocados. Avocados do not grow in Missouri. Avocados primarily grow in either California or Mexico. So, yeah, you know what? Chewy, I know that thought. I'm not going to argue with it. I have used Eco Complete, and the aquariums I have it in, I really, really like it. So it's worked well for me. People have different opinions on stuff. That's fine. My deal is with the Eco Complete. My problem with Fluval Stratum is that I've got it in probably I have it in 5 tanks, and the colors sort of change with it. So again, I don't quite or Seachem flu is it Fluval Seachem? I don't know. Local is a relative term. Thanks, Cody son. Yeah, everybody hit a thumbs up, please. That'd be great. Um, and and yeah, well, we all need more magnesium in our lives. Do you take a magnesium pill? So yeah, yeah, I want to do. Maybe that's what I'm going to do is the Julie Chromis Maliari. I like those. I like them better than Ornatus for whatever reason. It's nothing against the Ornatus. They're fine. So yeah, so the guppies are doing well. I've got to get ready. I need to go through a couple of my colonies and remove a bunch of males. And I have up on eBay and Aquabid trios of uh, trios of um, trios of the swordtail guppies up. I have a 1 trio pack and a 2 trio pack. A delivery included, everyone. So I hopefully those I'll sell a couple of those before I go through, mainly because I just don't want to move them. I have set up enough of breeders, and I have I'm going to end up with just a lot of them because I've set up. I have how many tanks? I have one. I have 3, 4 tanks set up right now of second generation. Um, uh, this will be my 3rd generation of swordtail guppies. I have I have 3 total tanks set up right now with the Roebuck Reds, and I have the one that's sort of the mixture, the mix I'm doing. Mobb's mixes. That's why I've gone out and done it. Eco Complete and Easy Green worked great for me. I'm removing it. Leopard Frog Plecos from TM Aquatics. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's you like you know. I'll tell you. I had um Marlieri's um, when I lived in Alabama, and I got them from a guy. There's a and I don't know if they're still in business or not. This guy had it was basically a store of African cichlids, and I pulled in. We talked fish. He had all sorts of different stuff, and he raised them in the store. And he had he said they were 8, 9 years old, the older ones, and 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 the colors were really vibrant still as adults, as they were older. So again, I know water chemistry has a lot to do with it, and and I don't know if this guy had some sort of magic, potion, but he was an African cichlid specialist. He had nothing else in his store, just African cichlids. And so it was neat to go through, and I learned a lot from him. And I would stop by and see him, a couple of times a month. I'd hang out for an hour or so, and just BS. No, that's a good deal, Chewy. The deal is about I hate to pick out fish that they're only expensive fish. Just breed what you like, and of course you get a return or you pay for your hobby. That's all I want to do. All I want to do is just deal with it and go from there. I wish my LFS would play turkey a little more turkey with me. I'm going to stop by after today's live stream. I've got to do a couple of more errands. So I think I may stop by my LFS on my way to my first stop. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the gym, which I haven't done all week, and go walk for go walk for a half hour or so. Then I've got to go to Walmart and I've got to pick a couple of things up. But I think on the way over to the gym, I'll stop by and see her. It's not out of the way. So and so that's I also had the fairy cichlids, and I can't remember what they are, but they do really well with Maliar. You can keep those together, and so yeah, we'll figure that out. It's so I enjoy it very much. What else do I know? It's just I added up. I have Super Red Fry again. I added up 11 last night, and it's tough to see them all. And yeah, Bashardi, exactly correct. Select pet, exactly correct. Yeah. By the way, there's a trend going on. I've seen a lot of people doing, and our buddy Lucas Brett's LRB Aquatics. He's big in dirt in his tanks. Um, that's not necessary. I look through and I forget who else is doing a dirting, and who's doing dirting. Is someone's doing an aquarium that they did dirt in, and yeah, Chewy, you're right, Rishardi, and and yeah, those are gorgeous little a gorgeous little fish. They really are. It's let me give you the full name. And let's see here. All right, I'm gonna put it in there right now. It's I was not a good Ultra Boy. My Greek is just not that good. Not that good all the way around. Yeah, it's the dirted tanks thing. Is that and again, and I'm not criticizing anyone who does it. Don't get me wrong. It's just for me. That just isn't something I'm going to do. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it if you feel the need to do it. I forget who's doing it right now. It's one of the channels I watch. Maybe Susan at SLC Aquatics has been doing that. Substrate not so good for guppy breeders. Too hard to find the dirt to get out before the male tail gets fungused. Yeah, you see, there you go. And I didn't know that, so that's interesting. So I guess let's see what else is going on. Yeah, so I saw the fry that are growing up with the super res, which is terrific, and hopefully they just keep on growing. I have some fresh yellow. No, I have zucchini this time to go in. I go between yellow squash and zucchini. I swear to you, I go to the grocery store and there's supposedly a farmer's market around here somewhere. I have to figure out exactly where that is. And I'm gonna have to start hitting that for my veggies, for me and for the fish. Let's see here. Yeah, what kind of phone do you have, Select Bet? Um, it's I have a Samsung, and the autocorrect isn't all that terrible. Occasionally it'll hit me, but not very often. You know what? A nice plain Amish girl. She doesn't want to drive. She'll ride in my car. And ah, so Veil Angelfish are affected. Yeah, it's that's interesting. Well, I'm learning something new every time. I'm learning a bunch from all of you. It's yeah, so I got a call to get the internet in. The goal here is that I close on the 2nd. Let me look at my calendar. I close on the 2nd. I'll get aquariums in that night. I'll set them up the next day. Unless because I get up way too early, and for work. My guesses will be the next afternoon. I'll go over and Alien World Aquatics. And so let's see here. Let me pull out the calendar. You want to get down, Bolo? For those of you taking shots on how many times Bolo gets up or down, this is his first time down at half hour in, which is pretty good. He wants a sip of water. He'll be right back. So I close on the 2nd. So 7th is that first Saturday. So my goal is on the 3rd to have aquariums, some aquariums up and running, and then on the 4th, be able to by the 6th, that Friday the 6th, be able to start moving over fish, and Ocelotus not good. Yeah, I'm generally. Hey, William Pridemore, welcome to the live stream. Hey, you know what? It's we're just talking fish room stuff, talking about our love, the fish. It's you notice I'm wearing red for love of the fish. It's I realize something, that as I go in and I have a lot of red in the fish room right now, so it's I'm gonna have to get more blues going on, more blues. And the other thing I have to get is one of those bigger. Next time I talk to you, Doug, I'm going to talk to you about the bigger hatcheries for brine shrimp, because with the amount of aquariums I have going on right now, I think what I have is my original hatcheries are not big enough, so I'm jamming them full of them. Okay, hey D, how are you? All right, Bolo's back up. I did get a note, by the way, on a video saying that Bolo was pretty adorable, comma, for a Pomeranian. So there you go. Buddy Guy is good for the Blues. It's John Lee Hooker, Muddy Waters, Robert Johnson. Alexa, play Robert Johnson. I'll turn it off real quick before they.
Shuffling songs by Robert Johnson on Amazon Music.
Alexa, turn off. Yeah, before they, ding me on, Robert Johnson. Alexa, turn off. Before they ding me on, on copyright stuff. Yeah, it's Tony Smotherland played guitar for Buddy Guy. Very, very cool. Yeah, Buddy Guy is great. It's I was listening to the other day, Thelonious Monk. I really appreciate Thelonious Monk. I appreciate some getting in now jazz, Coltrane. It's I I've seen a lot of jazz performers, but not a lot of jazz performers. Gone to jazz fests over the years, and I've done that type of thing. It's my first jazz concert in my mid-20s, trying to look like I was sophisticated. I went and saw Spyro Gyra. Don't judge. Don't judge. That's sort of like sort of like the Justin Bieber of jazz. No, very cool. Playing for the Queen. God save the Queen. Her fascist regime. She made you a moron. Made the H bomb. Little song by a band called the Sex Pistols. It's yeah, God Save the Queen. Name of that little ditty. So if you've not heard that before, may I suggest you do. It's it's exactly what rock and roll should be. Angry, funny, ironic, all at the same time. Ah, that was good. Oh, your Echo started to play the same song? Doug, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's I have to get a second Amazon Echo, but when I get into the house, I need to add cameras. And I don't know if I'm going to go with Ring or with some of the other things, so I can, set up cameras. And what I would also like to do, so I like to feed the birds in my backyard. And it's not like Bolo's going to be going after them. He doesn't care less. He's just being Bolo. Here's Bolo's world with other animals. If the other animal likes him, he will pay attention to them. If he doesn't like an animal, he'll ignore them. If a dog is going nuts at him, he generally ignores them. If there's a neighbor whose dog barks, a car is going down the street, this woman's dog is going nuts, and she has no control over it. And all of a sudden, I'm out walking Bolo, and this woman's walking by, and her dog goes frickin' bonkers. Bolo doesn't do a thing. Bolo does, I've actually sort of come to the impression that Bolo has lost some of his hearing. He's going to be 13 later on this year. So I think his eyesight's still pretty good. I think his sense of smell's pretty good. But you got Pink Floyd and Miles Davis at the same time. No, that's pure dope right there. Holy capoli. Holy capoli. There's a video that pops up on YouTube now and again, and it is Miles Davis and Prince playing together, and it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, I watched Jewels of the Rift. It was very cool. It's very good. What other things are going on that I need to explain to you guys? I've got to order some more sponge filters. And do you know if they're still shipping those out of China? I'm curious as heck. I need to order some more and get those over here. So it's because let's face it, I need more aquarium set up. It is sort of my I understand that some things getting because of what's going on with coronavirus, which just seems like yeah, that's a pretty serious deal there. And okay, well, I'll take a look here and see where we're at. I've got to figure out how much money I have left. because I've done most of my grocery shopping, but for whatever reason, it takes like I paid my cell phone bill yesterday, and for whatever reason, it's gonna be like Wednesday before it's gone. Don't ask. I have no idea. And my insurance is like the same way, and just takes forever to get done. So I think I have to order that and get that going. And okay, that's good news. So I may order more of those suckers while we're here having a great conversation. Let me go to the wacky Amazon. I really, really like these double chambered filters. I really, really like them. I think they're terrific, and so I really, really have um, I put media in the lower chamber. It works out quite well. So I'm probably going to go out and do more of those, just because I think that I think they're really, really nifty, and you just can't have enough of these things. Let's see here. Oh, do you know what? Amazon says that I have not placed one order so far this year. Huh. Who'd have thunk that? Maybe I purchased these things off of eBay. Yeah, I must have purchased them off of eBay, because I'm going well back into yeah, I'm already like in June, and so I must have gotten them off of eBay. So yeah, got them off eBay. So I have to look at that and get that and try to figure that all out. Yeah, I have not done box filters, and and Chewy, you may be totally right with that. It's maybe I have to try some box filters, as well as I'm setting up more aquariums. I just haven't done it, and it's and someone's canceled their bid on my swordtail guppies. Wants to cancel out on it. Jerk. I was so ready to ship him. He lives in western Pennsylvania. Yeah, my water is relatively hard here. I have my pH is in the low sevens. Yeah, it's isn't that weird? I just looked at eBay, and that was what. And the guy wrote to me. And by the way, anybody who opens up a conversation with friend, it's never good. Never good at all. So let's see here. Well, the place I got them is out of stock. I can't get those. So I may have to reach out to Gemco here. I'll take a look at that later on. And hey, Melvin, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. I see how you are. You say hi to Chewy before me because Chewy's popular. Chewy's very popular. Yeah, it's the water here is perfectly set up for the guppies and the shrimp. I mean, they couldn't be happier. My Super Red and Sistrus really happy, very happy all the way around. So, you know what I need to do? I need to stop by uh, Office Max, and I have extra hornwort and guppy grass. I have enough of it that I can probably start shipping some of that out. So I need to get the sort of the plastic thing that I can seal tight, and so I can ship that off. That's a project. So I need to go figure that out. I don't know if is Uline right yet. Anybody order off of Uline? Just as a curiosity. So yeah, well maybe I have to do the box filters thing. Again, I'm a simple man. I am a simple man indeed. And it's well, I'm going to write this guy back, and I'm just going to say, I'll open it up with friend. All right, messages. It's so ready to sell these guppies. All right. Man, my spelling is just terrible. Some 2-hour heat packs. Okay, I'm sending this guy a nice note back. Just all right. Now, hopefully, this guy buys them because I just have a lot to get rid of, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, you know what? I would like to write an article for Susan's magazine. I love giving her. She's the best. She's just such a nice lady. And once I'm done with this moving stuff, I have so much on my plate right now. I've got to get this house done. I've had a lot of stuff going on with thanks, D. Um, it's I've got to you know get ready to move, get the move complete, get everything set up, and then after that, I can think about those things because I would really like to think about them, and it's all good. So I've decided. Uh, I have decided that I'm going to enter Guppies in St. Louis, and I'll ship them up there. Their show is in April. And Daniken Aquatics, welcome. And then, but I'm going to go up on Sunday so I can drive them home. And so that's going to be one of the things I do. No, I get it. I get it, Chewy. So it, the whole process of, getting the fish up and, doing that move over. I'm going to be a fried camper when it's done. But once the aquariums are up, and the aquariums are up, and and I'm locked into what's going on in the house, I'll be pretty happy. I'll be pretty happy all the way around. So I'm sort of looking forward to that, actually. And looking forward to getting everything done that needs to get done. It's going to go through, but yeah, March is going to be pretty sucky. There's going to be a lot of crap going on. Hey, Chewy, let me know what you want me to read. I'm more than happy to read it for you. I have a I have a pretty good board. Hey, what's going on? Tampa Tom in the house. I've got to get, no problem. Just lurk, enjoy your lunch. What are you having for lunch, Tampa Tom? It's probably better than my Valentine's night speech or food. Burrito for one delivered in. And the woman who delivered it said, "Happy Valentine's Day." And I'm wearing like cargo shorts and a t-shirt, classing it up, making it real classy. So that's Philly cheesesteak. There you go. That sounds good. That sounds good. For dinner tonight, I'm going to be doing the zucchini with I have the spicy chicken-like fillets from our good friends at Boca. Really good. Yeah, there's some emotion to my voice. Yeah, sometimes not necessarily great, but yeah, it's send it to me. I'll voice it for you. I've got yeah, the Google Voice is a little dead in the pan. Yeah, so I have an Electro Voice RE20 microphone. I have a reasonably good digital board. It's not a real expensive as a Behringer. But for the type of USB type board, it's pretty doggone good. It's not, it's like fish, and fish room stuff and all that sort of stuff. You can, the microphone. What I bought is I have a $400 microphone, and really to get a much better microphone, you're looking at $1,000. So, so that's sort of the deal there. So I'll get that, that in place. And yeah, my little guy, Bolo, has only gotten down once. I don't think he's going to get down again. He is like out like a light. Hey, Rounded Rob, welcome to the live stream. Nice seeing you, buddy. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good, Chewy. I do No, they ain't listen to radio. It's trust me. So here's the deal. The you go through, it's like, it's like having camera equipment. I mean, I got the upgrade camera equipment. I love it. And now I'm sitting there going, well, I should have spent another 800. I mean, you can go on and on and on, like on studio equipment, camera equipment. You can go get more and more, deeper and deeper into it. So in the house, I'm going to set up that I'm going to have cameras. I'll have it's you rented it for Valentine's Day, a nice romantic comedy. D. It's I had a girl. This is going back a while. This is like in the '90s. I had a gal I was dating. This is probably 1995, 94, 95 ish, and it was a relationship that was just never going to be a long term relationship. But both she and I had both come off engagements that had blown up, and she was really a good girl. In fact, I feel bad that I was unable to. I just wasn't there for her the way she needed me to be. More my fault than her fault. So she wanted to go see Legends of the Fall, but it was my turn to pick out a movie. So we went and saw Pulp Fiction. So she and I did things together a couple of times a week. We'd she would cook dinner, and then we'd go out on the weekend. We'd go out to see a movie, sort of our deal. And yeah, you see their select bet. There you go. So we go see Pulp Fiction. She didn't necessarily want to see it, but once she did see it, uh, so it was like next week. It was her turn to go. I said, "Well, all right, let's go see Legends of the Fall." All I really want to do is see, Brad Pitt with his shirt off. That's that's not all that great, and she'll love it, but it's like seeing watch Pamela Anderson on Baywatch back in those days. So the next week, I said, "Okay, let's go see Legends of the Fall," and she goes, "I really prefer if we saw Pulp Fiction again." And I blew that relationship, but I just wasn't there for it yet. But she was a good girl, lots of fun. We broke up right after Valentine's Day. That's why I remember her so well. It was like 2 weeks after Valentine's Day, over with. I thought I got her like flowers, and I got, she was a vegetarian. She was a cheap date, man. It's you go out to a place, I'd have the double cut pork chop, she'd have a yam and a side salad. So there you go. Big J's Fish Keeper, welcome to the live stream. Hey, by the way, can someone explain this to me? I've, Ohio Fish Rescue, Big Rich and his whole family. What's going on there with the wife? She's in the hospital? She's been hospitalized. What's happened there? I've not caught the full deal, and I followed his Facebook post, but it hasn't really said what's going on. I'm not trying to be gossipy or anything, but I'm concerned about it because they do amazing work, helping out these fish. And yeah, the Beatles were wrong. Oh, she had a heart attack? Oh my God. Well, thoughts and prayers to those really nice people. I watched those videos, and she had internal bleeding. Yeah, I've watched a lot of their videos. It's I've not been to their facility, obviously, not met them, but you know. Oh, she's slowly improving. Okay, that's great, Select Vet. Thank you for keep us up to date on that. And oh, a new video got put up, updating everything. Okay, good. I saw a Facebook post like yesterday, and I didn't know what the whole deal is there. But you know, I guess it really comes down to one thing: is that we only have, you know, our health. And I hate to be cliche on this thing, and she may be watching her health like there was no tomorrow, and sometimes you know bad things happen. You know, this guy Baumeister with the St. Louis Blues, he had to have heart surgery. Obviously, he's probably never going to play in the NHL again. And you know, but for most of us, you know, health is the only thing we really have. You can have all the money in the world, you can have none of the money in the world, but if you have good health, you have good health. And so and you know, the idea here is this: is that you know, make sure you take care of yourself, and because of health insurance, it's you know, make sure that you go to the doctor and get your complete physical done. It's free, it's covered by your health insurance. Do it yearly. I do mine yearly. It's I have a buddy of mine, long time, lifetime friend. He had a heart attack when he was 40. And you'd look at this guy and you'd sit there and say, well, and you know, you go out and you know, you'd look at him and say, you know, this guy seems like he's in pretty good shape. He's not heavy. You know, it's just it goes in. Well, after the heart attack, he told me, he said his wife had been on him because starting in his 20s, his cholesterol was like in the 300s, and he did nothing about it. So that's why you go in all of a sudden if you have, you know, cholesterol's out of whack. One of the reasons I went to a modified vegan diet, I do eat a little butter. I'll eat meat a couple of times a week, but I eat a lot of just vegan food. And I'll tell you why I do it for a couple of reasons. Number one, my cholesterol level had gotten to around 211. And the doctor said, well, you're not on the line when you need to take the thing, but you need to watch your diet and do whatever. So I changed going into this modified vegan thing. I started exercising, and without drugs, without anything, my cholesterol level went from 211 to 179. My triglycerides were perfect. My good cholesterol was perfect. Everything else. In fact, when I went in and you know, I had to go to the emergency room over my gallbladder, learning what that is. And yeah, I would trade fish for fish. You know, if it made sense, I wouldn't have a deal with that. Wouldn't have a problem with that at all. So it probably that after I move. So I'm not setting up any more aquariums. Um, so I went to I went to yeah, puking up blood is not good. Yeah, that's get her into the hospital. Anyone in the hospital, that's it. So yeah, with your health, that's really one of the things you have. So when I went to the emergency room with my gallbladder things, I really thought it was appendicitis, and and yeah, alien beings, only thing that can live without a gallbladder. Now you know. So So I went in and they did the blood test. And they said, well, it's not your appendix. And we don't know what it is yet. They had to go and do they had to do an ultrasound, and they saw the gallbladder was failing. They go, your blood level is perfect. Everything checks out perfect. All right. So that's good. So so they said, yeah, your cholesterol is perfect. Everything's, perfect. Okay, good deal. So, by the way, my gallbladder getting moved out, they say it can take up to a year to recover from it. It took me about 6 months, 7 months. I was still having issues with my stomach, issues with stuff following the surgery, and now I'm in a place where I'm beyond that. So I don't necessarily do really well though with spicy food. I like spicy food. I'll put like salsas and stuff on food that I do, but a food that is inherently really spicy doesn't work well for me. Slightly, a little bit of zip for it. That's fine. So there you go. But yeah, take care of your health, everybody. Make sure you check out your cholesterol. Make sure you look at all that junk. And if the doctor says do something, do something. It's I have to. I have not set up my appointment this year, but I'll do that this week and go and get myself get the blood checked and all that sort of stuff. Make sure I'm fine, and just go in from there. Yeah, puking up blood, everybody. See, I went and I've said this before, so some of you know this. I had a brain aneurysm, or I still have a brain aneurysm. This is going back 12 years ago, almost 12 years ago, and I had surgery for it. And an aneurysm can happen to anybody. It's it's the wall of a vein begins to give out. And you probably have little aneurysms in your body all the time. Brain aneurysm is a whole different ball of wax. So here's the deal with the aneurysm. Is that I went through the surgery, did the recovery, did all that sort of stuff, and you just have to keep track of it. Watch out, something weird is going on with your health, a real change, especially for us guys. Women are usually better at this. So it's but obviously anybody can sick, and guess what? Everyone will get sick some point. So keep track of it. I find that I am more concerned sometimes about the health of my fish than I am in my health. Anybody here can relate to that? So take care of yourselves. I love my mobsters. I want my mobsters around. So, again, prayers for Tracy and for Big Rich. And hopefully they will, she'll make a complete recovery. And so that's, and is going through surgery. So Tracy was puking up blood, didn't tell anybody, and the internal bleeding got so bad, she had the heart attack. Yeah. Yeah, my fish eat better than I do. Hey, I'll tell you what, I've gotten notes a couple of times about some of the stuff. One of the things I have that I'm giving to my plecos and my catfish, someone referred to, I won't say who, not that you would have anything to do with Subaru. Okay, that's the tip off there. He was going, it's like giving your fish bacon. And that's a guy who loves bacon. So there you go. It's we have to go through and take care of our health, take care of good nutrition, and we all, and believe me, I take shortcuts. Yesterday, I ate like a pig. I ate more meat yesterday than I'll eat the rest of the week. For breakfast, because I get to work at 5 a.m. every day, 4:30 yesterday morning, I was at Waffle House. I had pork chops and eggs, hash browns. Your plecos won't eat veggies? Mine do. Mine are all over them. Mine are all over. Yeah, that's goofy, Doug. I don't understand. Mine love them. Um, yeah, mine. I couldn't do enough without them. Love them very, very much. So I don't know. Fish are goofy sometimes. It's also, I've learned so much. It's like a water chemistry thing. Water chemistry just, it can change a lot of what's going on with the fish. So just keep that in mind as we go through and look through there. And oh, you suffered your brain injury as a baby? Yeah, a lot of people do. And I'll tell you what. Since my surgery, my sense of balance is not what it used to be. So you just learn to adapt and deal with it. And so that's sort of the deal there. Yeah, so that's good. I have a question here. I took okay. There we go. So you go and you test, do all those things. And by the way, is that when you overcome, you think about, most folks when they're in their teens and 20s, peak health, peak condition, and you don't think anything get in the way. So there you go. You know what? It's it's that goofball from American Idol showed up and handed my Diet Dr. Pepper to me and kept on going, "It's a sweet one." It's a sweet one. Yeah, it's pretty obnoxious. So let's see here. I heard back from the guy. Oh yeah, the guy's canceling on my shrimp. All right, not on the shrimp, on the sword-tailed males. It's really too bad. Yeah, it's a creepy but cool commercial. Yeah. It's also like the guy who was like he has a European accent and he keeps showing up in women's homes and he comes across as being kind of a stalker and he's handing over ginger ale, which is Canada Dry. Well, Chewy, I'm glad you found a cure for it. Yeah, some people have suggested, medical marijuana is becoming legal in Missouri later on this year. And some people said that I should give it a try just to help out a couple of things. So I may do that. So it's yeah, that's a creepy commercial. How'd you get in this house? Through the cat flap. Okay. And yeah, it's a little creepy. Stalking usually is frowned upon, unless it's some guy who is singing, or a foreign accented feller who's climbed through the cat flap. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Yeah, you're probably right, Doug. There probably will be marijuana and flavored drinks. It's I was in I wasn't getting any. When I was in Nevada right after it became legal. So I went in and just to get a look through, and they had they had marijuana THC gummies, weed gummies. Thought it just came in brownies or cookies if you're gonna eat, but apparently in brownies or in jellies, little gummies. Which and so I said, "Well, how much for a gummy?" And they go, $20. I'm going, "What? No." And Chewy hunted criminal and doesn't know his own persona. Now you see, there you go. Yeah, $20 for and I mean it was the size of a nickel, a gummy the size of a nickel. I don't know what the deal is there. I thought that was and they had a whole list of things, and the place was full. I mean, this store, you had to give your ID to go in the store. They had to scan your ID. It's a trio of guppies. You're absolutely correct. Minus shipping. So minus shipping. I was so excited to sell those male guppies. This guy is flaking out on me. Oh, they already have THC infused drinks. Oh, you see, there you go. It's you know, I live in the wonderful middle of the country that doesn't quite have legal weed yet. So it I understand though it is that the medical uses are growing by the second. It's like a miracle. And again, I know it does help, like people with like Chewy, and I know people with glaucoma and that type of thing. Yeah, no, that's right. They're tracking us, and again, I didn't so they know I didn't purchase any weed. So there you go. I did get my parents before they passed lived in Bellingham, Washington, and they had legal weed there. And I stopped by and I picked up a snickerdoodle, and it was it wasn't the most delicious snickerdoodle I ever had, but whoa! So I picked up a second one, and then I'm like, whoa! So there you go. Yeah, it was quite a deal. Nice and tasty. So maybe Chewy, I may go up with that idea on box filters. It's give that a shot, and I have to pick up probably some lava rock, because I understand lava rock is really good for beneficial bacteria. Yeah, it's I understand in Oregon they're selling legal weed at like farmers markets. Wonderful farmers markets. So just again, just a heck of a time. So yeah, so that's what's what's going on there. What else do I have going on to explain to you? I don't know. I'm going to go run my errands. I'm going to stop by and see the fish store lady, and see if she can give me some more information, and see if I can make a deal, and go from there. And it'd be fun to go see. And fun and go see the whole process. So, all right, gang, we've been here for an hour and 15 minutes, and while I could be here for another hour or so, I've got to get going. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you very much for being a mobster. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting like. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you Monday night. I need to get a video out, so I'll try to have a video out tomorrow as I'm getting all this junk done around the house. Again, thanks for watching Mobb Guppy, where the guppy is the mob.